Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. My name's Carol, and this is a general reading for Gemini, March 2024, mid-month. So Gemini, what we're going to do today is the Yellow Cardinal Cross, and I will be asking the universe, asking the tarot, universe if you want, for 6 cards for you to show me what's going on with you mid-month. I hope you're doing well, and if you haven't had a chance to see my reading that I did for you in March, the beginning of March, I'll link it at the end. And that's always a good thing to go back and look at because that energy is going to last pretty much throughout March for you. So let's begin. I'm going to ask the tarot to show me what issue right now is coming up for you. What issue is coming up for you this month? Are you sitting in a pattern that something that's come up for you and you've seen it before? You're struggling with something. So let's ask the tarot right now. I'm going to ask for 1 card for an issue for you that you're sitting with right now that needs healing, really. And so we have the Knight of Swords flying fiery out of the deck. He would be, he's air. So he's definitely on his way somewhere. He's going somewhere. All right. We're looking for right now a clarifier or a card that's obscuring this Knight of Swords. I find that to be a helpful card just to see what's really going on. Well, you have the Beautiful World card. The Beautiful World card that comes out for you right now. And then I want to look at what you're consciously aware of concerning this issue. What are you aware of? It's what you know about it. One card, please. The 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups. I also need what's coming up in your shadow to heal. That's what you're unconsciously aware of. So we're going to do a little bit of shadow work here. If you don't know what shadow work is, I have a video down below to help you out with that. But it really is what's coming up to heal in regards to this situation you're sitting in. It's having an impact on what's going on in your life. So 1 card, please, for Gemini. 1 card for Gemini. You have the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups. What's needed for resolution? What's needed for resolution in this situation? You have the Devil card. You have the Devil card and an understanding. Maybe understanding. Advice from the tarot. This is what this is going to be right here. Advice from the tarot. They got 2 cards here. So we're going to have to... Advice from the tarot, please. 1 card. Here we go. We have Judgment card as a final card. All right. So Gemini, what are you sitting in? Your Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Look at this knight. He's definitely wanting to go somewhere. Definitely desperately wanting to go somewhere. Fast. It's fast knight. And my knights in my deck are very much my freedom fighters. And so I call them freedom fighters because they're an adolescent part of us. There's this part of us, and we feel it sometimes where we're just dying we're just wanting our freedom to be us, to do something, to do what we want to do. And this particular knight is the knight who's carrying the sword. And the sword is all about authenticity. And if you think of the adolescent, any adolescence, or maybe you knew yourself when you were younger, how you just wanted to be yourself. You wanted to do what you wanted to do, and you wanted the freedom to do it. And so I'm seeing here that you're sitting here and you're just wanting to do something. You're really wanting. There's something that's going on here where you want the freedom. You want freedom to the sword. So you want freedom to be authentic. You want freedom to be you. You want freedom to find out who you are. You know, who am I? Who am I? You're trying to get back to this. You know, who am I? And I don't know how many times I've asked that question. Who am I? What am I here for? What am I supposed to be? What am I doing here? And then you get the World card that clarifies this. And the World card is very much a card of, I mean, it comes as the last card in the major arcana, which are the major universal forces that we have on our life. And this is a real card of awareness, right? It's a real card of being present. And so what we have here is a situation where you're sitting with, where you're wanting the freedom to be you. And you're really getting in touch with an awareness of this, that who am I? Like, it's really hitting you hard mid-month here, Gemini. Like, who the frick am I? And so this is what you're sitting in right now. And consciously, you have these 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups, my 6s in all my suits have a duality to them, of giving and receiving, of winning and losing, that type of duality. In this particular case, you have a situation where, you know, 2 children they look like 2 children. Yes, 2 children that are kind of exchanging here. Someone's giving a cup to the other child is what's happening here. So there is this giving and this receiving thing going on. And so what you're consciously aware of is that you're very much aware of that you're looking to receive something. Like you're wanting to, I think it's more of, because there's a present situation here, and awareness is you're getting in touch with that inner child of yours and sort of wondering, you know, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to receive in my life? You know, and I think you're very much, this kind of solidifies what I'm saying, is you're very much in touch with, you know, what does my inner child want to receive? What do I want? You know, and that's all part of that authenticity, because when you were younger, your inner child knew exactly who they were. And it was only when, you know, we started growing up that people told us who we were. And that's what we really adopted. We inherited, you know, these thoughts of other people. But now you're sitting with this knight that wants the freedom to go back to who you were. Who was that younger child of mine right here? So there is a real need here. You're consciously aware of there's a real need here for you maybe to go back to asking your younger child, you know, what do you need? What do you want? What did you want? What do you want to receive? And what needs healing here in your shadow is an interesting card for what needs healing. You know, there's so many things here, and this is the 7 of Cups. This is about all our desires and all our wants. This is what the cups are about. And there's so many on offer here. So many on offer here. So I see here that what you're not aware of is that it sounds like there was like a lot of distraction. I'm going to even say almost like chaos in your childhood. This is what this kind of is telling me. It was an interesting card to get about your shadow, and I'm thinking this is really interesting here. So it really is telling me that there was a lot going on, because this card normally, when it's not coming from your shadow, it would mean that there's a lot here on desire, and that you have a lot of things going on and you're being very distracted by your life. But when it comes up in the shadow, it tells me that there was real chaos growing up in your life. And what you need for resolution here, well, I see that there is a real need that's coming right now up for you to get in touch with who you are. And this is what you're really asking yourself. And you do have this chaotic childhood that I see. Could be traumatic childhood that you came from. And what you're consciously aware of, or sorry, what's needed for resolution right now is we have this Devil card. And the Devil card, these two individuals are chained. They're chained to one another. This is the card about our desires. And this is usually, really related to our addictions. Those things that just really take over our life. Because let's be honest, we can make an addiction out of anything. Like there's a part of us that our ego can just jump on and just make it an addiction. We can just spend so much time with it. And I mean, even for me to do these tarot readings, I've had to be really careful with them because there is a part of my ego that wants to take over and just make it an addiction for me. And I've really had to keep an eye on that. And so I'm seeing here that in your own life, this card is coming up for you to start to look at your addictions. And it's not at all saying, we got to quit cold turkey. It's just saying, let's bring in awareness. Let's bring in awareness here to what's going on. Like there are some addictions here. There are some things in your life right now that probably you need to be doing less of, whatever it is. And I don't tell people about addictions because everybody I know knows they have an addiction. Everybody has an addiction or addictions, and they also are aware of it. They don't need to be told. And so I think this card is just saying, bring some awareness. Bring some awareness to sort of what addictions that you have that are taking over your life here. Because when we get on that sort of that journey of, who am I? Like trying to figure out who am I? And then sometimes if we've come from a really, traumatic childhood, chaotic environment growing up, we need to numb some of that pain. And that's where our addictions come in, is the numbing. It helps us numb our pain. But what this is ending with, and the universe is calling you. This is what this is. This is a nudge from the universe. And these people in this card are being reborn. They're hearing the call. They're being reborn. And so what I'm hearing now is the universe is calling you. The universe wants you to take your life in a different direction. The universe, creator, God, spirit, source, I don't know what you want to call it, but there is something else out there for you that's calling you, but you can't hear it because you're caught up with these addictions right here. And so when we need to hear what the universe has for us, our next step for us that we need to take in our life, we need to bring awareness to some of our addictions and say, like, this maybe is an issue for me. Maybe I need to deal with it now. Maybe I need to, in that way, when you do that, you can start to build that inner trust with your inner child and start to have that give-receive relationship with that inner child of yours, and see maybe where they want to go. See maybe what they want to do. See maybe what they wanted to do when they were younger and didn't have a chance to do it, And so I'm going to pull, Gemini, an oracle card from the Sacred Creators Oracle, if I haven't told you that already. And then I'll see you in April. So you got befriend the world, polarize. And let me read that, what it means for you. Card number 25. Polarize isn't a bad word. Great leaders are not selling safe, usual, everyday ideas. It's time to bravely put your truth and your wisdom out on display in order to find those individuals who totally love what you're saying. Finding those soulful kindreds may mean that there will be others who disagree with what you're all about, and that's okay. It's time to get comfortable with this possibility and steer clear of any safely watered down vanilla choices that are meant to keep you palatable and liked. You are anything but average. So don't hide your powerful message from the world by trying to appeal to the taste of the masses. Growth and change are, by nature, uncomfortable for some people, and your particular brand of magic won't be perfect for everybody. Your people will feel compelled by your authentic stories, courage, vulnerability, and honesty. Be courageous and allow your unique flavor of awesome sauce to shine through. You'll attract people who are fiercely in love with what you're up to, and your heart will feel so full that the light of the world will spill forth from your joy. Wow, I liked how it said about your authenticity. You have authentic stories. You have something to share with the world, and the universe is calling you to share it. So good luck, Gemini, and I'll talk to you next month. Bye-bye.